Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we've got another Japanese game. Looks like it might actually be translated for us. So, Gunmans Proof. It's a strange world. Alright, let's jump in and see what we got, shall we? It looks like there's a chicken. So what kind of game do we have here? So then, a short while after. Alright, now this says at least quick. Cactus and a assault people. This already looks very interesting. So it's like a Western RPG, kind of feels like, or a Western action RPG. Zelda with West. It looks like Zelda, doesn't it? A little bit, minus the old Western theme instead of more fantasy. And just then, poof, a meteor. What the hell? A little flying. Okay, so now we got cowboys and aliens. UFO man. I'm freaking out. The face, it just looks very distorted. He's got 3 eyes. We're space sheriffs from far outside the galaxy. Oh, this seems a little rough. Alright, so again, we can't skip any of this. We can't even push it along faster. Like to borrow your body for the time being? Oh, wow. You're reckless driving. Oh, God. The writing is very silly and bad. Like, honestly, it was like the story was an afterthought. It's a tad tight. Oh god. Well, the thing seemed fine. It flew right off. Wow. Like, I wouldn't be as upset if the story was actually decent, but it's such a... so we can crawl. Alright, that's... So yeah, it's kind of the Zelda, but as a sci-fi western? Go to the saloon. Learn charge shot. Press and hold A button, begin charging. Let go and your body starts flashing and you'll fire a massive powerful shot. Alright, can we like just go out? I just want to see what the gameplay is like. I mean, it's kind of cool that we did go ahead and learn an ability. It's like a little pea shooter. Alright, so the crabs aren't anything. Alright, so we have some kind of fist attack, and then we have duck, and then the other button doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. Oh, there's a gun shop. Is what I wish I could say. Wow, yeah, the writing is just... I'm sorry, but it's kind of awful. It's got some silly funness to it, but as a whole, I think it's just very, well, subpar, honestly. The sprite work is silly. Like, honestly, half these characters are goofy. It's for youngins. I don't know, at least the game doesn't take itself too seriously. At least it appears like they're being very lighthearted, as opposed to... a more of a seriousness to it. I mean, you can tell by most of the sprites, some of this just silliness that goes on. The very goofy story with all this stuff. Oh, damn fool. It is silly though. Quiet woman. I'd almost expect a good bitch slap on that one, right? That would have been bad, but... The fuck? Damn fool. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus. We're gonna get concussed because our dads keep beating us over the head. And mom's just like, no, Bobby, please don't do that. Do whatever you want, but listen here. Quiet woman. God, it's so bad. He knocked us out the door. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, Lord. Again, at least it doesn't take itself too seriously. But Dad just said I can leave. Alright, let's see what we got here. The sheriff, huh? Oh, maybe let's go check the wanted posters. Maybe they will show us something. I just noticed them before we left, and no, alright. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Well, not surprised that there wasn't anything. I think that's a little beyond this at the moment. Alright, so how do we actually get going in this game? Kind of over talking everybody. But that one guy did give us the ability, so... The music isn't terrible. Like I said, I think the sprite work is over characterized by just like over the top, but which is not really a bad thing. Okay, well we're barred from both things. We went to the beach and nothing was there. So I'm kind of at a loss as to how we're getting anywhere then. I mean, we could try this again and see what happens. Oh, so we can actually pick up crabs. We collected some crabs. The one thing I must say I like is instead of the over dramatized when you pick something up and all this, it is very quick, it's very easy, and I do really like that. Out of... That's funny. Okay, so we are taking damage for that. Not surprised, but still. Okay, so nothing. I'm at a loss as to where we're... Because, yeah, we can pick things up as we're running, and it doesn't really do a lot of stopping. Oh, so they just fed us. We wound up just eating them on the go and gained most of our health back. So far it seems like healing is pretty easy. Okay, and we get money. So like we can literally do this and pick up. Oh, that's not money. That's just score. So we have points in this game. This game, I don't even know if it knows what it wants to be. It's kind of an action RPG, but it's got a score, which is kind of weird. You don't really see that in any kind of action RPG or RPG in general. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so what do we do here now? We're not able to get anywhere. We can't go back to the house. Did we go in here? No, there's an upstairs. Let's go check upstairs. Jesus, this kid's gonna be have some serious brain trauma. Oh right, you did. Again, we get, you gotta love how silly it is though. I mean, we got to be missing something, but I don't like how many steps there are to be able to just actually start playing this game. I guess one of the few places I haven't been yet is here, so... Yeah, nobody's really saying or doing much. We have no ability to leave town. We've been barred from our own house. This is the wife of the gun owner. Yeah, so we can't go in there until we kill something, get rid of some of the demis, but we can't leave town. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense. Like, it's just too over convoluted at the beginning, and it's just kind of obnoxious. Is there a place, maybe because we can actually crawl, maybe there's a place we can crawl out of town at? I mean... But you figure the game would tell us that, right? Like, there would have to be some kind of clue or something. But as it stands, there's just nothing. We've talked to everybody. We've been everywhere. Oh, so we have to keep talking to this guy to leave. Okay. Again, like, how would you really come across that? Alright, so far, just a bunch of emptiness. We got the spaceship. All right. Honestly, it's definitely not the worst game we've played by far, but I mean, as far as story goes, it's very convoluted, silly. I mean, it's not taking itself too seriously, but it's also not overly good or, you know, intriguing enough. It doesn't really get you just dying to play, you know? Alright, do enemies respawn? So far, no. Which isn't a bad, which is kind of nice. Sometimes you don't want constant respawns when you move everything. I'm sure it will be once we get out of here. Alright, I want to try our other attack and see what that does. It kind of seems to have the same of power as the gun. Okay, so that's what that button does. That's one thing I was wondering, and it does work. We can just kind of fall off. We can shoot diagonal, but it's a little awkward, and it's kind of... Now they're not dropping the apples like they were constantly before. Now that we can use one, it's like, no, no more for you. We get slowed down in the weeds. So yeah, it feels like a very comedic Western themed Zelda is kind of what it kind of feels like. Even the dungeon design, it looks very Zelda-esque. I would prefer having the sword over guns. I'm not a huge gun nut to begin with, and I just think it's more fun and enjoyable, like dealing with the enemies up close like that. It almost feels like it's harder to hit, and it makes combat more awkward, I feel like. Alright, so you stand in the same orientation. If you can get it diagonal, it stays in okay, it'll stay in the orientation of diagonal, so you can... And see, stuff like this, where like coming into the room, normally with the sword you'd be able to just smack him, but you can't do that as easy. Alright. We need, it's funny that the enemies were dropping... Okay, you can't hit the bats. We're dropping fruit a lot now. Okay, there we go. Finally, say that. Now they finally do. I mean, all in all, not the worst game, but definitely kind of doesn't really have a good feel to it. It just kind of feels like it's a kind of knockoff Zelda game, to be honest. But with just a very cheesy, silly story and way more comedic than, like, you know, anything else. I mean, this enemy I actually kind of like. But as far as enemy design goes so far, it's not necessarily bad, but just nothing really... But yeah, stuff like this is just very obnoxious. We we even have a map? Yes, okay, we do have a map. Yeah, everything feels like Zelda. It just feels like Zelda as a Western. Which is definitely not words I think you really want to... Oh, okay. Kept trying to run through like the bats, but that was just a bad idea. Yeah, see, it's just very obnoxious the way they do this. It's like they're in spots that you can't hit them, but they fire back at you, and they're firing because they know more than you do, and it's just... Yeah, I think the gunplay really, honestly, kind of... takes out of the gun, the Did he just slap his ass? Okay, now what gave us an extra life? Oh, the item. I think the item that we picked up gave us the respawn. So there's a way that we want to go up right there. Okay. Instead of going down, we want to go this way. Fair enough. Starmite bombs. Okay, so now we got two different kinds of bombs. Well, we got fireworks and bombs. See, it's kind of funny, like you got your like pea shooter, which you could run and gun, but when you try to do this attack, you can't. And it's a little slower and it keeps you in place. I wonder if that really makes it stronger at all. Oh. What the hell? I kind of like the slime monsters, even if they are obnoxious. Did they just disappear? I guess so. Yeah, I don't like it. The controls aren't great. The gunplay really just doesn't work. Okay, so I don't think it's that. I don't know what is causing us to be able to keep just respawning. Is that the game where there's really no worry about dying? Because, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that is... So now we fight a boss. All right. Yeah, see, I'm not noticing anything taking... Oh, we got rid of one of the things, but we don't have any more bombs left. I mean, the boss is basic bitch stuff, but like it doesn't seem like we're doing damage to it. Yeah, like, I don't know if we're even doing anything. I know the bombs worked because we got rid of one of the... But yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes, then we're kind of screwed. Because we have no more bombs. Yeah, nothing really is very informative in this game at all. Like, I'm not saying damage, and if it's required to have bombs, then it's just kind of stupid, because we only had, like, 4 to begin with. So do we have to die? Oh, okay, so we are doing damage. It just doesn't show that we're doing damage at all. So we're just taking forever. Did it just go right through him? Ah. It's a very boring boss. I don't know, like, I get the game, but it's really not a very good game. I mean, it's silly, it's playable, there's nothing overly, like, terrible about the game, but there's nothing that really, like, you would, at this point, you'd be like, this just makes you want to go play Zelda again. To be honest, like, I don't really care for this game, but it really kind of makes me want to go play Zelda. So you gonna do something else now? Okay. I don't know. I don't understand what makes us be able to revive. That makes no sense. Is that like a permanent thing or what? And if so, it really kind of takes a lot out of the game. The scores doesn't make sense. We're in the... But I mean, okay. I'll give them the point stuff and everything silly. Okay, so we have lives, but it doesn't show up. What the fuck? Oh. What is with them hitting each other all throughout this game? It's crazy. So we have a party now, too. So this game is like a mix of all kinds of random shit. Okay, so we can summon a cow. Oh, there's our lives. Okay, I see it now. So we have lives. So that's different. So it's Zelda with lives like Mario, a point system like Mario. Like, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting to say the least. I much prefer having the sword. Everything about this is just. Yeah, let's just go. I don't care enough anymore. Oh, now it's in a 2-2? Does this like last for a certain point or? Yeah, okay. But how does he even know that that is because you defeated it? You could have just found it. All right, we're gonna go talk to Dad, just cause rubbing his face that hey, we got there. I think we'll leave it at that. Oh Lord. I don't know. All in all, it's a very kind of interesting game, but I don't think everything about it is good enough to really engulf you and make you really want to play the game. Yeah, it's silly and has these little quirkiness to where it's kind of fun and silly, but combat really is lacking. I really don't like just how everything is. Like, it's interesting because of like where hitboxes are and where they shoot and you shoot. It's very hard to do anything without still getting hit yourself. I mean, they make it somewhat plentiful as far as like the fruit and everything goes to keep your health up. But it's just kind of obnoxious to do stuff with. I mean, we saw especially in the dungeons where you walk into a room and they're able to hit you before you can even do anything, and you get enough of that and it's going to be obnoxious, and then you're just going to die. It is a very interesting premise where, like I said, it is Zelda as a Western, but it also has lives and a points and a score system, which is very interesting to say the least. Honestly, the story is very lacking. It's very kind of stupid. It does have a lot of the comedic points in this game, but I don't think that's enough to really push you through the game. And there's just not enough really enjoyable parts about it to really make it engaging at all. It really is kind of more of a meme game than actually something that you really want to like involve yourself and get really lost in. Where it's something you'll play and you'll have a good time here and there, but I think it'll wear out fairly quickly, and it's going to be one of those games you play in spurts more than like really where you dive in like a good Zelda or a good RPG or whatever, where you get engrossed and you want to keep going. I don't think this game has the same elements to it that really make that something that you want to do. The dungeon design is kind of thing where it's interesting because, again, looks exactly like it did in Zelda games and stuff, but as soon as you beat the boss, you just pour it out. You don't go back through, so you don't really go around and really fully explore stuff. It has, I mean, everything about this game screams a Zelda ripoff, honestly. Minus just being in a Western with aliens, and you're just firing a gun instead of having a sword. I don't know, there's not enough going on with the game to make it, like I said, it's not really as intriguing and engrossing as a really truly well done game is. I don't think this game is truly well developed and well thought out. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, the story almost seems half baked, and it kind of like they just kind of came up with it on the fly as they were doing things. Like, it didn't seem very thought out. It's kind of goofy. It's very long winded. Trying to figure out how to get out of town, where you have to keep talking to the same guy 4 times in order to leave without any kind of indication of anything, is also kind of just like, why are we going through so much to get out of town to actually get playing the game, right? Like, we just want to get in there, we just want to start doing stuff and figuring the game out. And it really didn't allow that. And I feel sorry for people that wouldn't like keep talking to the same people over and over again, and wandering around town forever before they were able to figure out that you actually had to talk to that guy multiple times in order to leave. So stuff like that really is just indicative of a not overly thought out game, and just where there's glaring problems with it. And with that being said, I feel like there's going to be more along the way. But all in all, it's silly. I mean, you could tell this is a very much older game. So many people just punching you in the face in this game is just very kind of goofy. I have no problems with it, but I'm sure nowadays there would be so many people with a problem with a game like this, where like, oh, dad's hitting the main character and this and that, and the overly PC bullshit world we live in now that's just over the top ridiculous. And but all in all, the game is goofy, the game is silly. It is fun enough to want to play here and there, but it's not good enough to engross yourself in and just really devote huge blocks of time to play with it. It's kind of go to a dungeon, play a little bit, call it a day, move on. One thing I'm curious about is saving it. I haven't seen a save ability yet, so that part kind of gets me. Usually it's stuff like this. But I'm not seeing it, so I don't get where the save is on this, honestly. Which is, again, there's nothing, we've talked to and done everything, and nothing really shows up as, see, this even, again, full-on Zelda aesthetics, completely. It really feels like they took Zelda almost, they just, like, kind of redid it just enough to change things, but this even looks like the Zelda map from the Super NES Zelda. Like, you got the mountain range in the middle with the clouds. You got the lakeside over here. You got more mountains. This looks exactly like the Zelda map, like so much. But yeah, I'm seeing nothing on how to save. We have no information on this at all. So I'm very confused as to how you even bother in this game. Not that it's going to matter. It's just one of those things that I wanted to see if we can figure out. Okay, so we go to bed. Is that the save? Okay, so bed is... So you actually had to go through the entirety of all that in order before you could save it for the first time. But we found it. I was just curious on that. So, again, no indication whatsoever. I went to actually check the cupboard and wound up hitting the bed instead. So I probably would have been one of the things that I would have thought of afterwards, but it's not... It is intuitive. Like, I should have known, but I didn't even think about it for whatever reason. So all in all, the game is definitely playable. It's silly, it's fun, but it's not engrossing enough to really bite into and want to just go. But it is something silly enough to keep you interested here and there, and as in spurts, I feel like. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that would just really get into and have a good time with this game. For me, it just doesn't really work or fit, and it feels too much like a ripoff and like just a skin thing of Zelda to really be as like its own entity kind of thing. So anyways, I will digress. But definitely an interesting enough game, but nothing to really write home about. So with that being said, guys, thanks a lot. Until next time, you guys have a good one.